Yeah. For the guitar, well, the guitar is an instrument. The thing that makes the guitar different from all other instruments is the bends. I think the most powerful thing about the guitar is the bends. The thing I admire the most is guitarists who know how to work their bends well.
Like, name two that you really like when it comes to bends.
Huh?
Name two guitarists that you really like when it comes to bends.
It was Yngwie Malmsteen. Then you say, everyone talks about their arpeggios, their stuff, their bends are absolutely amazing and all that. Got it.
I thought you'd mention them.
Van Halen too. Van Halen has some great bends, including Gary Moore. Gary Moore. I love Gary Moore.
Gary Moore is very well rounded. He's a hard rock guy, but he has a strong blues element.
No, he's amazing. He definitely has melody because the guitar, man, it has, in my view of, let's go, it's like a samba school parade. You have the items there that you need to analyze, right? Let's go. Evolution. Plot. You got it. Right. Open the way. The beginning of a solo. Good, is the percussion, the percussive thing. So, the guitar has this thing. When I see a guitarist playing, I really try to analyze everything about them. To analyze every aspect of their playing. And there are guys who are very well-rounded. Got it. Mainly, there's one thing that's the feel, the right hand. I don't focus on the guy's left hand. I pay attention to the synchronization of both hands. Because lately, people are very concerned about their left hand. So, they just start doing everything based on that left hand. For example, the tuning of the strings, such as the E, A, D, and G strings, and the way they are played, which can affect the sound produced. Tuning of the strings, everything, so that he makes as little effort as possible. And today, there is one thing. I think it's Wing's fault. Of this thing, of arpeggios, such as being the most that everyone wants. You have to add an arpeggio. You have to do one thing. You just have to add a scale. Got it. And sometimes the guy picks once and the rest, everything, just comes out in the fingering. Got it. I like that guy who has a good right hand, who picks all the notes, you know. Another thing. Next, let's go to the figure. In the figure, they're from the score. You know, the guys, they come like this. It's a fusile. Got it. And there's not that, the drawing of a fusa, like fusa, I don't know what, and dotted, I don't know what. What is it? What does, no, problem. No, division, everything stays, be careful. Tick tock 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 tock. With that, because everyone is starting to look very much like this. Then it seems like everyone, and let's see who's the fastest today. Music isn't about seeing who's the fastest, man.
That's been around for quite a while. Right. I think you mentioned Malmsteen. Not that he's to blame, right?
No, but Malmsteen is melodic. Wait a minute. But the crowd just wants to look for that, you know? It's like, let's see the circus. How much, you know, how many books he gives.
But he was a guy who, when you heard him for the first time, he shocked you like that. Or not. Or not. He was one of those guys who, like, wow, created an impact. Because I know that Ed Van Halen had that impact on you.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. ED was because, dude, doesn't mean that I didn't like Ingrid. Got it. I have a lot of respect for him. It was great, the conversation with him, even though everyone says that he was introduced by Muniz. Right. Joe Muniz Neto. He said, oh man, this guy here. He's a guitarist. And then he said like this, I know him. Then I said, no, you don't know me. You don't know me. Then he said, "Oh, I know him because everyone says he looks like me when he plays." I heard you. It has nothing to do with it. I said, "I love you." Why does everyone keep saying that I made the Zoda rock rap thinking about him? No, it wasn't. The Quixodia came up so much that it was the rock part that I made, and then it was a leftover from the Yahoo album. They can confirm that, and it was Yahoo who recorded it. Who plays the bass is Lisa Hendricks, and the drummer is Marcelo. Really? Yeah. I didn't know that. It's the guys, just some music. For example, In the World of Dreams, which is Pepperland by Jorge Martin, that was after. No. Why did I record that part? It was because of Jorge Martin, because I wanted to record Pepperland. But he was going to be really out of it. I said, man, I'm going to do something, a Rhapsody part and another rock part. That's why your Rhapsody, like the classical part. Me, I played Brazilian Baquinas. It has nothing to do with Ingrid. Concert for one voice, nothing to do with Ingrid. Ravel's Bolero has nothing to do with Engby. In the vast and mysterious world of dreams that captivate our minds. The guy just says it that way. It messed with the classical because Engby did, I don't know what. I'm not the arpeggio guy. I'm not a pianist. Damn. I don't even play the harp to be doing arpeggios all the time. Damn.
No.
I always joke about this. This is something for harpists. Damn, I don't need it. Damn. It's beautiful, yeah, but I don't like it. I'm telling you, I like the bends, double bend, triple bend. It's something I see few people doing, you know.
And those guys you mentioned who don't really like that arpeggio side, at least you don't like to add it to your cream.
But I think it's exaggerated. You're paying too much attention to something that's making them all the same. Where can they differentiate themselves? Exactly, be careful with that. It's like a time when I say it like this. I used the lever a long time ago. Then there was a moment when I said like this, whoa, everyone is, huh. Dive bomb, I don't know what, you can rose, right? Leave that damn thing there still. Got it. You have to be careful with this thing. All remains. Became a trend. It's crap. That's why I jumped from branch to branch all the time. In my career, became a trend. He's doing well, man. The guy's doing well. Now, I really hate this, you know. He's just doing well. I'm out, bye. I'm not doing it anymore, okay?
And those guys more from Fusion, like Frank Samba, did you get to hear those guys too? I heard it on a Tereser back then.
Yeah, all from Fusion.
Miles Stern, Joe Scoff, Pat Muffin, those guys like that. Yeah, I never was that.
Now, there's a guy like that I saw. I can play a lot of his stuff. It's called Mahavishnu. John McLaughlin.
He's the guy with the machine gun, right?
No, but this guy is someone who knows harmony the best. The guy who knows a lot about Indian music, which I really like.
Yeah, he's been doing a lot of stuff.
This guy's an extraterrestrial, you know. Yeah. John McLaughlin for me, so very much that when I did Rap Zod shows, I included a lot. His songs, you know. What's up? Me to Spirits. There's a song by. He has absolutely and undeniably wonderful riffs. Because he works with polyrhythm, multiple melodies intertwining with each other. He has fantastic knowledge, and besides that, here's the thing. I talked a lot with him about Jorge Martin. Jorge Martin produced his album Apocalypse. You got it.
But he's also a guy who got a bit stigmatized for being a guy who plays 16th notes in jazz.
Dude, he played with Miles Davis, right?
But you want to see, at the time he was playing with Miles Davis, it's in the book by Pax Shepherds. And he was saying, like, for Mac McLaughlin, I said, dude, you play really easy. McLaughlin is a bad motherfucker. Right. Like, you play a lot, but he can't swing, but he doesn't swing.
Yeah.
You see that he has this stigma of the escape.
Everyone has their own style, right? It's that thing I mentioned about the Samba school style. There are items that, oh, this item here, it's because his plot doesn't fit this one. it's good to put it like this. He's not going to put the bayanas there. There's no section for the bayanas. You got it. Why? The plot doesn't fit the bayanas. So his samba school doesn't have the bayanas. Yeah, because the swing is a groove, right, man? Now, he's a guy with something I really like about guitar, which is convulsive playing. Sometimes he doesn't know where things are going to end up. Got it. They take risks. They just get into it, and there's something completely spiritual going on there. It's not mental, but he lets the music flow. That's something jazz had, and that music from the 70s had a lot.
Someone who was like that was Gary Coryell. Do you remember him?
There was Gary Coryell. So they have this thing. Gary Coryell, John McLaughlin, and Paco de Lucia, they do something together.
A trio of guitarists.
And that one is fantastic. Man, there's a lot of stuff that's not there. Rehearsal, you know. If you see I was impressed by a gig like that happened, that came. John's band, Jean-Luc Ponty, who played with him too. No, but the one with John McLaughlin, really, with Narada Michael Walden. I don't know what. Man, it's amazing that they were playing. They weren't even looking at each other, and there was something incredible happening like that. Well. They grew and left, and I don't know what some codes I mentioned. Like this isn't written. This isn't rehearsed. This here is like meeting of spirits. It is indeed a meeting of spirits. It's a completely different kind of communication. If you haven't had the chance to play with people like that who have this kind of communication of spirit, not spiritism. I'm talking about living spirits like that. With you here, we can pass by, exchange information right at that moment. Did you understand what I'm doing? There's a crossover. This happens in soccer.
Crossover, right?
You pass the ball over there to the guy, like Ronaldinho used to say, he would tell Marcelo, run ahead, it'll get there. Understand? The guy comes, hands it over to you, and then you send it back. There's this thing, I think it's beautiful, in music. That's what gives me a lot of pleasure, playing with musicians like that, who understand this story.
This language, it has a lot to do with the repertoire that the person has. Yeah, that's the truth.
There has to be a part in the music. Sure, a lot of things like that. I always left a part in the middle of the songs for improvisation, which is really improvisation. Anything can happen there. Like, let's agree on 20 measures. Then I'll give you a signal and we'll come back. It's not a signal right now. It's a musical signal. When I do it, then you know that in the next one we're going to return to the theme and so on. But leaving that aside. Now, there's one thing, the following, since we're talking a lot about guitar and music. I have a lot of guitarists that I won't name, that I don't want to cause controversy, create haters, especially since I'm not in the mood for it. I'm not looking to, increase the... I'm not trying to, increase the...
Temperature.
No, when you have... There are people who promote these discussions for the guys to keep responding there. Engagement. No engagement. But a lot of people I've seen, like top guitarists today that I've seen, and I was impressed. Like, really awesome. Very good. Then, later, I saw the guy performing live. The thing I thought was improvisation. It was nothing, just a memorized routine, and the guy is doing the same thing. Even in those parts, in the middle that I found, now the guy let loose and went for it. No. It's the same thing. No. That's not for me. Got it. No. Damn, I'm not going to go and watch the guy's show to see the same thing he recorded on the album. I sit at home comfortably and don't pay for the ticket, right?
You don't leave the house, right? Yeah. It's hard to leave the house. Right.
So, That's why I liked it. Guitarists like Hendrix, because Hendrix was Hendrix. I think he is one of the people who most and still impress me, because a lot of people don't really know Hendrix's work very well. You know, his live performances. But Hendrix, he had a lot of those elements. He was the king of harmony. Dude, the guy who made Little Wing has to know how to create harmony. Got it. The songs he made have some things in them that back then everyone was just playing three chords. Like that. If you know, the name of the band is AE. If you know, it was AE. That's right. Yeah. That was Angus Young talking. It's AE, which is the note he mentioned in all his songs. It was that one that is D. If it's C, bye. He mentioned all his songs, so he put the name. This one doesn't have a deal. After the devil. After Christ, the devil comes. I don't know. Then the guy starts making up some stories, but the guy said it was like that. There was tablature there that he went through. All the songs were like that, so let's put it down. This one, by the way, is alternated. The current continues.
For me, that was it.
No. Yeah. It was the year and year that I searched on the internet where he explains this. He was really young back then, before he became the guy he is now. In the beginning, he was still cute. Right. Count tempo, tempo. It was a Justin Bieber, right? Justin Bieber, a little guy like that. Yeah, right. Oh. It looked like Dade, right? Ooh, God, driving age. Got it.